hydrodynamics and ecological modeling, and this is used in case there are any projects on marine or close to the marine or may affect marine life. Those projects are required to carry out a model to make sure that as per the EIA, but at the same time staff within the municipality, they carry out models themselves to make sure that to just basically verify the accuracy. Okay. Online monitoring, there are a variety of mobile devices, as you see examples in the photo, which can be mounted in specific areas of concern within the marine environment that Dubai is responsible for sampling and measurement. Municipalities has a facility to further analyze samples which are taken by marine environment staff. And then, of course, there is a huge emphasis on marine life and specifically fish mortality. If and when that happens, to identify sources and then to make sure that the preventive measures are in place for that. So far, okay?
Great.
Yeah.
Very good. Another aspect which was added to core business of municipality about 5-6 years ago, at the time I was at the environment department, is the groundwater monitoring. We used to do a lot of groundwater monitoring in specific areas, like around the landfills, but then it got further expanded to have a bigger horizon of how the groundwater movement, directions, any possible contaminations of such, and then the permitting system came in place for the farms on whether how much, and the sampling procedure came into place to make sure that those groundwaters don't have any harmful pollutants, specifically in the farms that we buy local vegetables from them. So that has also been added. Again, all these are legally backed up by legislation. There is enforcement, there are controls, there are monitoring, there are samplings, and more can be done. There are still points of improvements. Okay, so that's my baby now. That's where I work, partially. I'm going to expand a little bit. Everything I talked so far, it's they're all part of municipality, different departments. Everything I talked, it's I've been working throughout my working life for 15 years in municipality. And then I'm just going to pay a little bit more emphasis on sewage system. And this probably divert me to the title of the presentation when we talk from pollution to sewage. Whether this is clear or not, the blue lines are the sewage network, and the colored area, I probably have another slide. Okay, go back. The blue lines, the colored areas are the areas that are served by the sewage network, and here is everything, all the areas that are served for the collection of the sewage, whether network or tanker route. Basically, what you see here is that the coverage of network, underground network, that sewage gets collected, and something basically not too tangible for a regular, just a resident in Dubai. There are two main sewage treatment plants which are operated by Dubai municipality. There are a lot of other smaller ones operated by developers, but two main ones by Dubai municipality. One of them is in Al Awir, which I had the pleasure to meet a gentleman who told me that he had some contribution to that facility in 1992. And the other one is in Jebel Ali sewage, Jebel Ali area, which is behind the Al Maktoum Airport. Okay. Now, if you look at the number here, which is referring to 2011 statistics, 149 million cubic meter of TSE used for irrigation purposes. That's probably more now. I'm going to show you some more statistics later. But when we talk about from wastewater from pollution to solution, on a daily basis, right now in the two facilities of Dubai municipality, we are receiving something about, or more than 500, well, one of them 350 and 220. So more than 550, 570,000 cubic meter of sewage waste per day. Got the number?
It's boggling.
It's a big number. It's a very huge number. The one in Warsan is receiving an average of 350,000 cubic meter per day, and in Jebel Ali's average of 220. So. Now, shall we not have the facilities to properly collect and to properly treat? That is the pollution that we're talking about. And not just harmful to the environment, but there will be no Dubai. You can have Dubai as we have today if that facility, that integrated facility was not in place. Okay? The facility which is in Al Warsan area has been operating for today's 25th. Yesterday it completed 25 years.
Yes.
And the one in Jebel Ali started in 2009, I believe, and still young and restless. So still doing good.
Excuse me, what is the actual full form of PSE?
Sorry?
What is the full form of PSE?
Treated sewage effluent. This is it's a terminology used for the water, for the sewage water after it's been properly treated. Thank you for the question. I'll give you a little bit some numbers about the facility in Jebel Ali. And if you notice, if I can get the pointer, we're gone. As the years go on, you can see there is an increase of inflow, the sewage water coming to this facility for treatment. And in the last column here, you can see the percentage of increase compared to the previous years. And you can easily see the graph here, the darker blue, which shows an increase of inflow. So basically, what I want to indicate over here is that not just we are receiving a huge amount of sewage water for treatment, it's also increasing. Yeah. Okay. The source of wastewater coming to sewage treatment plants are basically divided into two sources. One from the network, which I showed you the initial, or probably is going to come in a while. Okay. Here, let me just stay here, come back. The green line, which you see here, is the irrigation network from both plants that it diverts back the treated water for reusability. And that is estimated. I was talking to one of my colleagues. I asked him this question because I wanted to give you the number. I asked him, what is the length of that? I need to tell people who are coming to meet me tonight. How much? And then the answer was that the diameter of the irrigation network, it is from 1 inch to 2,000 mm. And it adds up to about 1,100 kilometers. Okay, so huge infrastructure. Well, you saw the numbers, how they're increasing. And I was talking about the sources. We get a lot of sewage waste coming through the network and a lot of sewage or wastewater, I might say, by tankers. And those wastewater which are coming by tankers, some of them are from the sewage sources and some of them are the industrial non-hazardous waste, which they are taken to the sewage plants to be further treated so that it comes down to the quality, the acceptable quality for irrigation usability. And basically what you see here are the 300,000 is the capacity of the Jebel Ali's treatment plant. It is designed for 270,000 of the sewage and 30,000 of the tankers. However, the tanker right now is coming about 45,000. So since the design, we are already above the limit from the quantity point of view. From the quality point of view, I can proudly say that we are treating well beyond the expectation. So far, things are so good with a lot of the challenges. And here, basically, the darker bar is the target, and then the lighter blue one shows what we have achieved. So we're doing good. No worries. Now, to monitor the effectiveness of the treatment so that we can make sure that we have a solution to the pollution, we need to have a system of day-to-day monitoring. And of course, that's a laboratory. We have an integrated laboratory with highly qualified staff. I can see some of them over here, that dedicated to make sure that on all stages of the treatment are as per the design and environmental standards, and there is continuous day-to-day communication interaction with the experts at the laboratory and the experts at the operation to make sure that if at any time there is any variation, that is handled and the operation is sustainable. I always give an example, or I always try to compare the sewage treatment plants to DIWA, with all the respects to DIWA, which is one of the highly respectful organizations. At any time, if the water supply stops at our home, we can always call a tanker and buy water bottles. At any time, if there is a power failure, well, we can leave home, go to our neighbors, get a generator. But, I'm sorry to say the terminology, but we cannot tell people don't flush. Absolutely not. It has to come. So that's how, that should explain the whole facility or the design, the importance of it. That should explain the dedication of the people that you have. We work around the clock, every minute, every second. We have people working over there. And the real pollution happens if at any time we are not able to receive. Imagine, I mean, if the city gets flooded by the sewage waste. That's not acceptable. For a city like Dubai, it's not. So we have a real solution to pollution here. With the amount of water, and very well. So what happens after treatment? It goes back to the city, to the irrigation network that we briefly saw. Overall, what you see over here is Bar Dera, and then here is the Bar Dubai. These are the areas that treated water is utilized for reusability. And as per the statistics from the Statistics Center, the total cultivated green areas is estimated to be 26 million square meters. So with the treated water, you are serving 26 million square meters of the city of Dubai to keep it green. Okay? So not just that we are preventing the pollution, not just that we are having a solution to the pollution, we are adding something to it as well. Okay? And in case someone wants to ask me, the round purple thingy, these are parks. Public parks in Dubai. So, is everything okay?
Excuse me. What happens to the solid waste? When you say that you are treating the sewage, so the liquid waste comes into these networks. So what exactly happens to the solid waste?
The solid waste from the sewage treatment or solid waste as municipal solid waste?
Yeah, from the sewage treatment, because we were talking about
From sewage treatment, fine. Solid waste, we have a lot of sludge produced from the sewage treatment plants. About 20% of those are produced as fertilizer. They're packed properly, are sold for 10 dirhams per pack, 25 kgs each. I could have brought some samples, but I forgot. They're good, they're cheap, they're effective, but the rest of them are landfilled. Okay? But I'll go back to my question. So is everything okay? Are we okay?
I think probably the irrigation system, it is using more water than what it could use. Your question was very, the first question.
I will go back to my other question. The first question, hold on to the first question.
Yeah, because the quality could be used elsewhere, because there is a increasing demand on the cooling system, particularly for the district cooling plants. That